The growing number of out-of-school children in Niger State has forced the state government to seek different methods of tackling the problem. One of such measures is the payment of examination fees of students preparing for the senior secondary school examination. Already 300 million naira has been approved for payments of SSCE fees for the indigent students to encourage parents to send their children to school.
Every year, thousands of children drop out of school in northern Nigeria, and Niger State is amongst those that suffer from that challenge. Schools are being deserted almost on a daily basis by children whose families can no longer afford to meet the cost of sending their wards to school. This to the Niger State government is a source of concern, and it's for that reason that the government is taking upon itself the responsibility of paying the SSCE fees of its students. The Commissioner for Education briefed journalists about the decision of the government to pay the sum of 300 million naira to offset the debt owed examination body by the former government and to also pay the current fees of students writing the senior school certificate examination. She says, however, the payment does not cater to non-indigents.
The idea for paying the fee is to get our students educated so that this issue of out of children in school is being arrested. That is why government is taking it upon itself to pay examination fees for this student. We know some of the parents cannot afford to pay. Government took it upon itself to pay the examination fees for them.
While it's hoped that the decision of the Niger State government will help in influencing parents to send their children to school, it's also expected that the government will be able to abide by its decision.
All members of a community in Enugu State may soon heave a sigh of relief as the state government flags off the construction of their road. The interstate link road, which has become a remnant of erosion, was said to have been abandoned since 2013. When it was first awarded. According to the state governor, the first phase of the construction, which will cost more than 600 million naira, will take in 6 out of the 14-kilometer stretch, and the rest will be followed in subsequent phases.
Akugoeze, an agrarian community with an estimated population of over 3,000 people, is known for its strength in the production of staple crops such as cassava, yam, and palm oil. Due to poor access roads in the area, the residents are said to have suffered a huge setback in their businesses and lives.
For years, if there's rain now, we cannot move from here to Inyi. We cannot move here from Enugu. This is a straight road, but there's no road.
The contract to rehabilitate a 14-kilometer road, which links Anambra State, was first awarded in 2013, but was abandoned. These challenges and more explain why the Enugu State Governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, is paying the community a visit. He is here to flag off the reconstruction of the road one more time, and the host community gives him a warm welcome.
Flag off all this all-important road to the glory of God and service of humanity.
One after the other, residents who are also members of the opposition party state their position.
And if he's implementing the blueprint and is making everybody happy, he's bringing happiness to every family.
Told me that our roads, you were going to do it, and I was taken aback. And I told people, sir, if this road is bad, I can surrender if I want to do it.
For the state governor, it's one amongst other steps by his administration to open up hinterlands and create more urban centers.
I'm confident that when completed, this will not only bring long-desired relief, but will also usher in a new era of socio-economic development for the people of the area. Restore revitalize agricultural development, galvanize rural industry, and stimulate employment and empowerment for women and youth. These constitute the core values of our rural development policy.
With the official flag off, residents are already counting down to its completion before the year ends, saying only then will their hope in government be restored.
The two-day Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit has come to a close with a call for more local and international investors to boost development in the state and the country. Challenges in the mining sector, need for more collaboration between the state and the federal government, education and healthcare funding also dominated the discussions at the plenary sessions. The state governor, Nasir El-Rufai, is optimistic that Kaduna will become a hub for investors.
The business of government is essentially to provide a better life for citizens.
It's the second day of the Kaduna Economic and Investment Forum taking place at the Yaradua Hall, Murtala Square in Kaduna, northwest Nigeria. Top government officials and investors are here to discuss how they can partner to boost development in various sectors of the state's economy. The first plenary session dissects partnerships between the federal and the state governments in the areas of security, agriculture, health and education, as well as the textile industry.
In security, there is close collaboration between the federal and the state governments. We have had in this country significant levels of insecurity, for example, in the northeast. The success that has been achieved is largely because of the cooperation between the state and the federal government.
Up next for discussion is making Kaduna State the next mining destination in Nigeria, especially the opportunities that abound in mining in the state. This topic is tackled by experts in the mining sector.
Government used to be in business before, but now government's role has switched to administrator and regulator so that we can enforce government regulations on most of these miners so that they can do their work in a proper way, and then also royalties can be collected as and when to, and then again we can contribute to sustainable livelihood.
The Kaduna State Governor believes there are still mountains to climb to make the state worthier of investment.
We need to inject more young people. We need to bring more people from outside into government. We need to improve our governance processes. We need to invest more in education, skills building and healthcare. So we must continuously improve. So we are not taking the success of the last 2 days or even the last 3 years as something that will make us relax. Because the biggest challenge in life is for one to compete against oneself and do even better.
As Kaduna State continues to harness the power in shared partnerships, it is expected that the industrial revolution taking place in the state will be sustained.
Time now for business news with Emana Amawe.
Thank you for staying with us. Welcome to Business News. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo says the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan focused labs have made remarkable progress, with 59 projects identified so far. Professor Osinbajo notes that the era of speech-making is gone, as the presidency is committed to engaging the private sector in order to meet its $25 billion investment target. Our correspondent Gloria Umezuke reports.
Barely 4 weeks after the focus labs of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan was launched by President Muhammadu Buhari, the focus labs in the 3 sectors are undergoing a review. After a gallery walk, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, informed stakeholders that a lot of progress has been made.
It shows there's a lot of remarkable progress, and that working together we can achieve so much. And I think that we've all identified, jointly, especially with Mr. President, that all of these problems can be resolved if the private sector and the public sector sit together and identify what the problems are.
The federal government hopes to break interagency bottlenecks, amongst others, that might be clogging the process, and assures that they will be upskilled.
So far, we have identified 59 projects with 4 or 5 star rating. 4 or 5 star means the projects are ready to go. These are projects that are near ready, require just a little push to get them on board. We are clearly on course to meeting our target $25 billion investment commitment.
In the next 1 week, a steering committee is expected to meet, comprising of the Ministers of Finance, Budget and Planning, the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the Attorney General of the Federation. They will be meeting to identify policy issues and addressing them accordingly in order for Nigerians to see positive progress in the coming days from the labs. Gloria Umezuke, Channel Television News.
Financial services giant FBN Holdings has informed the Nigerian Stock Exchange of its inability to file its audited financial statements for the year ended December the 31st, 2017 by March the 31st this year, as required by the regulatory rules of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The company attributes the delay to the peculiarity of the financial group structure, as each of its subsidiaries needs to audit its financial statements and obtain the approval of its respective regulator before submission to the parent company, FBN Holdings, for consolidation. The company will also be required to obtain approval from the Securities and Exchange Commission before submission and filing with the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And after 2 days of bearish sentiment in the new month, Nigeria's stock market regained some grounds at the close of today's trading session, as softer share prices attracted demand for key blue chip equities by investors. Chimezie Obiwagu has more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The equities market made a turnaround today after 2 days of negative sentiment in the new month. The all-share index closed up 0.31%. Traders say the do-nothing decision by the Monetary Policy Committee didn't have much impact on the market. However, there was some good rally on banking stocks. The simple reason they gave for this turnaround is that the market has bottomed out. After prices got to their resistance levels, they are now trying to stabilize. Interestingly, the 1.59% gain by Dangote Cement capped it all, supporting the positive move. All the sectors gained except the consumer goods, no thanks to price declines from Nigerian breweries and international breweries. The value traded was about 8 billion naira, and traders say this is quite significant and a pointer for a better trade on Friday. However, considering the impact Dangote Cement has on the entire market, players in the market can only keep their fingers crossed. And that was the Stock Market Report. I'm Chimezie Obiwagu. Back to you now, Imana.
Thank you, Chimezie. Well, European and U.S. stock markets ended today's trading session sharply higher, following reports that the United States is willing to dialogue with Chinese authorities over trade disagreements between the two countries. On the other hand, it's mixed performance for major stock markets in Africa and Asia. And that's it on Business News tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Imana Amawe.